I'm gonna scoot these lights over. I'm gonna keep looking around them all day long. That's the one good thing about having a bye week. I can enjoy all these other games. Got all my presets ready. We got 20 Florida at number 20 Florida at LSU, number 10 Michigan State at Indiana, number 12 Oklahoma State at number 25 Texas, UCF at number 3 Cincinnati, Auburn at number 17 Arkansas. One of these games has to be a good game. So if one starts turning into a boring shootout, we'll find one that's not so boring. I got all my presets ready, 5 different ranked games for the noon game. So we'll see which game turns out to be the game we focus on. I don't think UCF Cincinnati is going to be a good game, but you never know. I'll have that. Honestly, I don't think the ranked matchup between number 12 Oklahoma State and number 25 Texas, I think Texas is going to blow them out, but that could turn into a good game. The ones that I'm really keeping my eye on is number 20 Florida at LSU, possibly number 10 Michigan State at Indiana, and then possibly Auburn at number 17 Arkansas. But I still have those other 2 games set up to where we'll keep an eye on them as well. Did Georgia play? No, I don't think Georgia broke Clemson. I think Ohio State in last year's playoffs broke Clemson. That's really when they had their first bad game, and it's kind of carried over into this year. Clemson being Clemson, they'll probably get ranked just because they beat Syracuse, but I don't think they earned a top 25 ranking last night. Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Clemson not be an elite team, so I guess we just need to get used to it for this year and see if they bounce back for next year. I don't know. You still got to tip your hat to them because they made the playoffs 6 straight years in a row. They won the ACC 6 straight years in a row, 2 national championships. That's a pretty good stretch. So they need to take a 1-year break. Do what you got to do, I guess. I'm going to turn this down a little bit so that it doesn't overpower my voice, and I'm sure you guys are watching as well, so there's no delayed echo. I know that's annoying as well. I picked LSU to upset number 20 Florida. I think Florida's overrated. This is at LSU. I think they have a shot to upset Florida. Now, if it's a team like Georgia, Alabama, somebody that's just way, way more talented than LSU, then of course, no chance. But Florida, I predicted Florida to drop down to the number 4 spot in the SEC East, and I still think that's going to happen. I predicted Kentucky to finish 2nd in the SEC East. I definitely think that's going to happen. But the one thing that I missed was that 3rd spot. I had Missouri finishing 3rd. It actually could be Tennessee. That's crazy. If Tennessee wins today, think about this, guys. If Tennessee wins today, they will be ranked. They will be ranked. That's going to be weird to see if that happens. Very strange. But they still have to win today. Yeah, hitting that like button would definitely help hit the algorithm for YouTube. That's why I try to explain hitting the like button. It's not really, patting my ego or anything like that. It's just to help the show get put out there more, get suggested more, get more people in here to watch with us. I had a comment last night, and it's exactly my goal of this channel. So I had a comment from a BYU fan last night, and they said that this channel, Golden Blue Dude, is actually getting talked about in the BYU circles, and that they're liking, what I'm saying about the Big 12, what I'm saying about BYU. That's the goal of this channel is to connect to as many fan bases as possible. Yes, I'm a West Virginia fan, but I try to not be so homeristic that it turns other fans away. So that's a good sign. I'm happy to hear that, and that's why I asked people to hit the like button, because it gets suggested more, and the more fan bases that are in here, the better. We're trying to go coast to coast with this. West Coast to East Coast. Not just the East side, not just the Southeast side, not just West Virginia, not just the Big 12. Coast to coast. That's the whole. I had a chance to go to the Pitt Virginia Tech game, but I had to turn it down because my wife's birthday is this weekend. Trust me, if it would have been this weekend, I would have went for sure, and I would have been a Hokie fan. That's weird to say because West Virginia played Virginia Tech a couple weeks ago, and I was at that game, and I hated Virginia Tech in that game. But in the Pitt Virginia Tech game, yeah, I'll definitely take Virginia Tech, 100%. Oh, by the way, Week 7 spread picks. Off to a rocky start. Last night, I picked Oregon to cover the 13.5, and of course, they only win by 7, so not happy about that. But we'll see how today goes. Which is funny, because usually when I get off to a good start on my Friday nights, I don't do so well. When I get off to a bad start, I do better. So hopefully the rest of the day goes well. Yeah, this Wednesday night is going to I'll have one of my best guests on. And it's actually weird to say that because, you think about it. We've had Mark Rogers on here. We've had David Smoke on here. We've had a lot of good guests on my live show. So, he's right up there. The one that I have on Wednesday, he is right up there. I'm excited about that, especially as a West Virginia fan. It's time for Saturday selections. I'm watching Game Day, by the way. NC State, Boston College. Here we go. State. Which I went with State, and I laid the 3. So, I'm hoping they're actually right about that. Jeff Foxworthy, their special guest. Jeff Foxworthy, I don't know. State, that's 3 for State. So they officially have the majority. Boston College, Lee Corso. And Boston College. NC State still wins the majority, though. So I'm good with that. I took NC State, laid the 3, so... And it looks like the national poll was 77% in favor of NC State. Pitt, Virginia Tech, here we go. We got one for Virginia Tech, one for... No, that's fan vote, my bad. 2 for Pitt. Three for Pitt. Dadgummit. The nation picked Virginia Tech, but Pitt swept the board. Pitt swept the board on game day. The fan vote was 52% Virginia Tech, but everybody took Pitt. So Arizona State, Utah. This is an underrated game. Fans took Arizona State. So far, Arizona State has 1 vote on game day. Texas Tech at Kansas, yeah. Arizona State, 2 votes. Utah. That's my pick, by the way. I picked Utah to upset Arizona State. The nation has taken Arizona State, and game day split. Just like, and by the way, that first one I read the voting wrong. The fans. Well, I guess if you take the fans, then that would be the tiebreaker. So Pac still won that via the tiebreaker. That last one, Arizona State won via the tiebreaker. On this one, Michigan State, Indiana. Fans took Michigan State. Desmond took Michigan State. I'm taking Michigan State. A lot of people are picking the upset here. All right, so that's 3 votes for Michigan State if you include the fans. Kirk rambling. Just pick Kirk. There we go. Michigan State. Man, Kirk is gaining some weight, guys. Have y'all noticed that? He looks a little poofy in the face. And there was 1 vote for Indiana. Moving on to TCU, Oklahoma. Fans, of course, took Oklahoma. I took Oklahoma. Has anybody in their right mind picked TCU? Jeff took Oklahoma. That's another one for Oklahoma. If anyone picks TCU, I'd be surprised. Yeah, swept the board. Oklahoma. I think that quarterback switch last week is starting to sway people. Here's one of the big ones. Number 12, Oklahoma State at number 25, Texas. Fans took Oklahoma State. Desmond took Oklahoma State. What? Y'all are seeing that ranking is blinding you. What? If you pick Oklahoma State, you're going strictly by ranking in their record. No. There's a vote for... And y'all know me. I am horns down every stinking day of my life. But I don't let that get in the way of reality. Yeah, I think Iowa rolls today. I know Purdue's coach is 3-1 against Iowa, but this is a different Iowa team. History doesn't play into effect today. It looked like, man, Oklahoma State actually took the vote in that with the tiebreaker on the... Man, here's a good one. BYU, number 19, BYU at Baylor. I took Baylor for the upset, but this one really could go either way. The fans took BYU. Jeff took BYU. Desmond took BYU. Jeff took Baylor. Lee took Baylor. Kirk rambling. Baylor. Okay, I'm good with that. 3-2 Baylor. Ole Miss, Tennessee. Tennessee with a legitimate shot of getting ranked. The fans took Ole Miss. Dez taking Ole Miss. Let's see. Jeff is actually rambling a little bit right now. He's taking Tennessee. That's who I picked. Stoops just picked OSU. Did Lee pick? They didn't pop it up. Yeah, he took Ole Miss, and now Kirk is rambling again. He rambles way too much. Ole Miss takes the vote, though, 4-1. It's not good for me. Now, if that game were at Ole Miss, I wouldn't give Tennessee even a shot. But I think it being at Neyland Stadium and Tennessee looking good on offense. Alabama, by the way, sweeping the board against Mississippi State. I agree with that. I think they come out angry and stomp a mud hole into Mississippi State. I really do. I kind of feel bad the position that Mississippi State was put in for today. Had Alabama beat Texas A&M, it could be a closer game, but Alabama's going to come out with a vengeance. They're going to be wanting to make a statement for sure. Texas T-SIP Central making all these wild false bets saying that I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, you know, when Texas wins or if Texas lost or whatever. No, I've never made a Texas bet, so anytime he says that, that's not true. I have never made a bet about a Texas game with that guy. But I do appreciate his support. I've never made a bet with him. That's all. Florida LSU. We got 3 for Florida. Lee takes LSU. Kirk is rambling again. I don't even know who he... Did it show who he took? I guess he took Florida. I don't know. I guess he took Florida. And now, looks like they're picking the Georgia-Kentucky game. You know, I'm hoping that's a good game. The way Georgia's looked, it being in Athens, I don't see it. I don't see it. I think Georgia wins by... Can you pick that up? Can you pick that up? I think Georgia blows them out by at least 4 touchdowns. If this were in Lexington or not in 2021 with this 2021 Georgia team, might be a good game, but this is going to get out of hand fast. Kentucky reminds me a lot of Arkansas. And we saw what Georgia did to Arkansas a couple weeks ago. Of course, Georgia sweeps the board. Iowa versus Cincinnati. Oh, that would be a good game. I'll do it this way. Iowa, Cincinnati. If the game was at Iowa, I would take Iowa. If the game was at Cincinnati, I would take Cincinnati. But on a neutral field, which is, the best chance of seeing that matchup, I'd probably take Cincinnati. right now. Now, at the end of the year, things might be different. I don't know. But I'll take Cincinnati because they have the most talent returning on offense and defense. Iowa's a really good team. But Cincinnati is a veteran team. They're one of the most experienced teams in the nation. In the nation. So I'm going to take the talent with experience, and that would go over to Cincinnati. I think the matchup would favor Cincinnati as well. They don't necessarily like to play shootout football, and if you're a team that just relies on putting up a lot of points and an okay defense, you're going to lose against Iowa because they're going to make you play dirty. I think Cincinnati can play dirty. I think Cincinnati can do it just as well as Iowa. And you put in the experience factor, I'm taking Cincinnati in a close game, in a very close game. This is a bye week. That's why I'm doing other games. Next week we go on the road to TCU. And if we lose by anything less than 2 touchdowns, that's a win. I don't see West Virginia beating TCU on the road. True Seminole with the $9.99 super chat. He says, hate this phone. What's up, big dog? Long time no see. Long live the ACC. Yeah, man. I haven't seen you around. The ACC is having a down year, and it's because of Clemson. Wake Forest is undefeated, but nobody really trusts them. They still got some really tough games, including a road trip to Clemson. I don't see an undefeated ACC team finishing out the season. It is what it is. It's going to be another version of the Pac-12 for this particular year. I do think Clemson will be back next year. They have too much talent to stay down. Way too much talent to stay down. People are saying Florida State is, giving themselves a chance to make a bowl to get to 6 wins. I think so. They're starting to get hot. They're playing much better. They're playing with confidence. And they do have some winnable games to where they could get to 6 wins. They started off the season 0-4, lost to Jacksonville State. Starting to turn it around though. So does Florida State have a better chance of getting to a bowl than West Virginia? They might. They look better than West Virginia right now. Their schedule is much more manageable than West Virginia's. Florida State might have a better chance of getting to a bowl than West Virginia, and that's tough to say as a West Virginia fan. Yep. Yeah, I did predict LSU to upset Florida and knock them out of the top 25. Did an injury happen on the first freaking play? The kickoff? I have it on Florida LSU, by the way, right now. But I have all these other games ready to go. That's not a good sign for LSU, and that's not a good sign for my pick. First play. And they already have several people out today. Maybe I should have thought this out more. Who else gets... hold on. Let me check my... I didn't memorize my spread picks, but I do write them down. So give me 1 second here. I think Utah beats Arizona State. That would knock them out of the top 25. Let's see. I think Baylor beats BYU. That would knock BYU out of the top 25. Boston College has a chance of beating NC State. I picked NC State, but if Boston College were to beat NC State, that would knock them out. Of course, LSU, Florida. If Auburn were to somehow be able to go on the road and beat number 17 Arkansas, that would knock them out of the top 25. I don't see that happening. But there's several Top 25 teams that could get knocked out. If Texas loses today, which I don't see that happening, and I'm horns down all day long, but I think they're more talented. I think Oklahoma State is the weakest undefeated team left out there. And they're on the road. Texas has talent. But if Texas were to lose, of course, they'd be out of the top 25 because they are number 25. Adam Jov. Am I pronouncing this correctly? Adam Jov. I think that's correct. Thank you for the $5 super chat. And he says, "You demand." No, y'all the people. I'm just the face and the voice of this channel, but you guys are the actual channel. There is no Golden Blue Dude without my subscribers. And this is a biased opinion, but I think I have the best subscribers. Let's see. That was a good game last night, by the way. I thought about live streaming it, but Pigskin Pete did, so, you know, he's a Clemson fan. I'll let him have it. Plus, you know, I'm not going to compete with that. Me and Pete are pretty good friends anyways. But it was a good game like I thought it would be. I thought Clemson maybe could win by a couple possessions. Or the complete opposite. Syracuse pulls off the upset. Man, Max Johnson, man, he is not good at... That was a flat-out bad pass. Flat out bad pass right there. Overthrew him. Bad position. You got to throw that out towards the sideline. On that particular route, you got to throw it out towards the sideline, and he just overthrew him. Oh! Was it blocked? Florida just blocked the punt, I think. And they recovered. It's going to be another long day for my picks. Crap. Yeah, I mean, that... They just didn't... That guy on the right didn't move. Nothing. What in the world? How do you, like, you're there to block so that they don't block your kick, and there's a guy coming right where you're at, and you don't move. You're so focused on how do you miss that? That was some lazy blocking right there. Let me check the... So it looks like Texas already scored. Yeah, I didn't give Oklahoma State a chance in this game, to be honest with you. If you go back and look at who Oklahoma State's beaten, yeah, they beat Baylor at home. That was more of a home environment type of thing. But that's why I'm saying I think they're the weakest undefeated team left. And that's not talking crap about Oklahoma State. It just, you know, you compare them to, you know, a Georgia, a Michigan State, a Michigan, any of the other undefeated. Oklahoma's looking way better. Iowa, Cincinnati. Yeah, they're on the bottom of that. Now, if they were to somehow pull off the upset and beat Texas on the road, that would change my mind. So this is an important game for Oklahoma State. I don't buy the Cowboys right now. I don't. Hold on one second here. What did I do with that other phone? We'll do a live stream for this evening's game as well, and still do the live show afterwards. Give me 1 second here, guys. Let me go back to the LSU Florida game. All right, let's see here. I can't believe that they let that guy. So there's a wall back there that protects the punter, right? We all know it. There's either 2 or 3 guys that they put back there, depending on what team. And the right side of the wall is where the pressure came from. The guy runs free. No, on the right side. My bad. If you're the punting team, the right side. So a guy's coming off the edge, right? And that back wall is standing there. And the right side of that back wall doesn't move. It's like he's so focused on what's in front of him. He doesn't even see this guy that rubs shoulder pads with him. How does that happen? That's insane. And, of course, Florida blocks the punt, and off to a bad start for LSU. That's bad coaching right there. Maybe he... Think about this. That's so absurd. What if he did it on purpose? What if players are trying to get their coach fired? Cincinnati, by the way, on top, 7-0 on UCF. Indiana with a 3-0 lead on Michigan State. Auburn on top of Arkansas, 7-0. It looks like LSU has the ball back. What? And Texas A&M is beating Missouri, 7-0. That one I don't have on my television. I'll look through all the TV channels, but the other 4 I do, or the other 5 I have: UCF, Cincinnati, Michigan State, Indiana, Oklahoma, Texas, Auburn, Arkansas, and Florida LSU, all ready to be switched on if one game starts being, boring, I can switch it. LSU had to have turned them over because that was real quick, because Florida just blocked that punt not too long ago. Looks like I missed a big drop. Studio update, Rocket Mortgage. This is the A&M. Looks like a 3-yard touchdown pass by Calzada. And a 42-yard pass for Auburn. They might be looking at their 3rd straight loss in a row. Dadgummit. Yeah, LSU does have the ball. And Florida didn't score. I don't know what happened, but something happened. All right, let's check another game real quick. Auburn, Arkansas. Let's check that one real quick. So let's look at this evening's games. I mean, Alabama, Mississippi State, TCU, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Tennessee. That could be a good one. That's the one I might do. NC State, Boston College, perhaps, and Arizona State, Utah. So there's a couple of good games, but nothing, eye-popping. That's weird. All the really big games are really noon games and 3:30. Of course, we have Kentucky, Georgia, 3:30, and BYU Baylor, which I do think that's going to be an important game. So we'll see. Who has the ball? Arkansas does have the ball, and they are driving. Just got stuffed, though. Ball on the 25 on Auburn's side of the field. It is 2nd and 12 for Arkansas, so they are in field goal range. They can at least get 3 points out of this drive. KJ Jefferson throwing on. Oh, almost intercepted. He had some green field in front of him, too, so I don't know why he didn't tuck that. That was a bad decision on KJ Jefferson. That one didn't make any sense. I mean, even the replay, look how much field he had in front of him. And that should have been picked. That was a bad throw. Terrible, terrible throw. Bad. Looks like 3rd and 12 from the 26. So, KJ Jefferson back to throw. Protected very well. Swing pass. May have lost a yard. So, it looks like Arkansas will have to settle for a field goal. Yikes. That's not good. Alright, let's switch over to Florida LSU real quick. Florida now has the ball. I guess LSU had to punt. This looks like a field position game, to be honest with you. Ugh. Alright, let's check another one then. Michigan State, Indiana. Alright, what's going on with this game? It looks like the Spartans do have the ball. Did y'all see the hype video for this game? It was actually pretty good. Indiana did a good job with the hype video on this game. Gotta give them credit. It is 2nd and 10 for Michigan State. They do have the ball. And the ball on their own 25. I don't know why Michigan State was passing on first down, by the way, because they're a running team. So that was a bad play call on first down for Michigan State. That one I don't understand. Michigan State is actually one of the best rushing teams in the nation. Why would you choose to throw it on first down? And big time pass. Big time pass. Oh my gosh. You got to catch that. What in the world, dude? Flag on the play. Oh! Flag on the defense. Bailed Michigan State on, but dadgummit, that was a home run. If he would have caught that, Michigan State would have scored. I don't know how he doesn't catch that either. That was perfectly placed. Man. No, I don't have the ACC network. I'm watching Michigan State, Indiana, and Michigan State had a golden opportunity to score right there. That was right in the breadbasket. Dude was running wide open. He had the ball, and it just bounced off of him. You got to make that play. 10th ranked Michigan State undefeated at number 3 Indiana 2-3. I do think Indiana's better than their record, but they're not an elite team. I predicted at the beginning of the season that Indiana's schedule would expose them. I had Indiana going 7-5. Indiana doesn't have the depth to have the same type of season that they did last year with the schedule that they have this year. So it's not that I'm saying they're a bad team. They just don't have the depth like all these other Big Ten teams. Well, it looks like Indiana is shutting the run down, so maybe that's why Michigan State's passing the ball more. That could be it. By the way, guys, if you would, please hit that like button. Not to pat my ego or anything like that. It's basically just to help this live show hit the YouTube algorithm. Get it suggested more fan bases in here, more trash talk, more conversation. That's why I ask people to hit the like button, just to help the live show to get suggested more. That's it. Another. That was a catch. Did they rule that incomplete? They should review that. He took 2 steps afterwards, had control, and when he went down, hit the ground, that's when the ball came out. That's a catch. They need to review that. They're not review. How do they not review that? Home cooking going on. Michigan State short of the first down. I don't understand how these refs think that they're going to get away with the stupid, bad, obvious calls when it's on television. Oh, nobody's going to see that. We'll just sweep that. No, you're setting yourself up for criticism and possibly getting knocked down the rankings of being able to official future games. That's why home cooking needs to stop. Stop with the stupid calls. It's obvious because it's being televised. The Baylor game's 7:30. All right, let me check the Oklahoma State Texas game. Texas just punting the ball back to Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, nice, decent return. Good field position on the Texas 43, so they're already in Texas territory. There is a flag on the play. Possible block in the back, so that might put them back in their own territory. I don't understand why guys still block at the back. You're going to get caught every stinking time. Yep, block in the back, Oklahoma State. That's one call that refs do not miss. If you block somebody in the back, I'm about to say in the balls. Could y'all imagine that? Blocking the balls, receiving team. Oh, man. What one little slip up of the tongue can do. Why am I watching commercials? There's other games on. Let's check Auburn, Arkansas real quick. Have any of y'all seen? Have y'all seen the refs make that call yet? Blocking the balls? That would be hilarious. Oh yeah, Cincinnati is legit. They've already passed their 2 tough road trips at Indiana and at Notre Dame, and we're seeing today that a road trip to Indiana is tough. They're actually, it's only 3-0 and it is early, but Indiana's handling Michigan State, and Notre Dame is a top 10 team, so they have the wins to back it up, and they're obliterating all their lesser opponents. Cincinnati's a playoff team, I'm telling you. Now, whether they actually get into the playoffs, that's not up to us. That's up to the football committee. They're going to have to get over their group of 5 biased. Who do I got in Tennessee versus Ole Miss? I got Tennessee. Here's why. Ole Miss is the number 1 offense in the nation. We all know that. But Tennessee is actually the number 7 offense in the nation. Tennessee has the better defense. It's at Tennessee. So those last 2 factors is what made me pick Tennessee in the upset and Tennessee getting ranked. Think about that. That's going to be weird. Tennessee beats Ole Miss. They will get ranked. We will see a top 25 ranking beside Tennessee if that happens. Now, if this was just strictly offense versus offense, then, of course, I would take Ole Miss. But there's other factors. And It's not a huge gap. You have the number 1 offense versus the number 7 offense. Tennessee, the number 7 offense, that's a really good offense. So with Tennessee having the better defense, with this game being at night, with this game being in Neyland Stadium at Tennessee, I'm giving the edge to Tennessee. I think Tennessee pulls off the mild upset. I really do. And the last time I checked the line, Ole Miss is only favored by 2.5. So even Vegas, knows, hey, Tennessee has a shot to win this game. Yeah, I messed that call up last night. I laid the 13.5, and Oregon only won by 7. And it's not because I thought Oregon was good, and I knew Thibodeau was going to be out for the first half. It's California was 1-4 going into the game. They should have beaten them by more than 13.5. If you're the number 8 team in the nation, and you got a 1-4 Cal team coming at home, you don't beat them by 7 points. You beat them by 3 touchdowns. So, even though I didn't win last night's spread pick, I stand by that. You're a top 10 team, number 8 in the nation. It's at home. The team that you're playing at home is 1-4. Yes, you should beat them by at least 2 touchdowns. The spread was 13.5. 2 touchdowns, that's not too much to ask. So what that tells me is last night's game, even though they had a great win over Ohio State, Oregon's not a top 10 team. I don't know what's happened between the Ohio State game and now, but Oregon is not a top 10 team. They lost to Stanford on the road, and then Cal took them down to the wire last night at Oregon. Oregon, I mean, no disrespect to my Oregon subscribers. Love you guys, but from the eyeballs, Oregon's not a top 10 team. Now, can they get better and be a top 10 team? Yes. That's why they call it a football season. But up to this point, besides the Ohio State win, Oregon's not a top 10 team. Final answer. 1st and 10, Oklahoma State. Ball on their own 45. Swing pass. Gotta love the swing pass. Did get a first down. I'm still not a fan of the swing pass, though. I've never been a fan of the swing pass. But I guess when thrown at the right time, it can be effective. I don't like it. Your quarterback is throwing it 10 yards because from where he's at to that part of the sideline, that's 10 yards to usually gain, 2 or 3 yards? Big run by L.D. Brown. First down, 13-yarder. L.D. Brown is looking like a better running back than what Chuba Hubbard was. Just my opinion. Oh my gosh, Spencer Sanders with a strike. And I think that was the L.D. Brown, actually, out of the backfield, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. No, I'm wrong. That was, Wow. 1st and goal. They're on the Texas 9. Spencer Sanders running it down to the 6. So the Cowboys are knocking on the door. Don't forget to hit the like button while y'all here, guys. Helps the live show get suggested around YouTube and gets more fan bases in here. And we're not just checking on one game. I've got 5 games. I have the channels written down. We're going to check on all of them, so if one starts getting boring, we'll get out of it fast. I'm not here trying to bore you guys. We're going to try to stay with the best games today. Oklahoma State runs the ball down to, looks like, the 4-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal. Third and goal for the Cowboys. See, look at that. Y'all hit the like button and more people are coming in. That's how YouTube works. That's why I ask y'all to hit the like button. When it really does work. When you hit the like button, it hits YouTube's algorithm. YouTube suggests it more. We get more fans in here, more trash talk, more conversation. Is that a touchdown? Nope, incomplete. 4th and goal. That was a good play by Texas secondary. I agree. UNC. North Carolina's biggest problem is, number one, they lost their leading wide receiver, and number two, they lost their NFL running backs, both of them, Williams and Carter. So North Carolina, one of their biggest problems is Oklahoma State with the field goal. They don't have a running game like they did last year. That's their biggest problem. Sam Howell is not the problem at North Carolina. It's they have no running game and wide receivers aren't making the plays. All right, so commercials here. I'm not doing a live show to watch commercials, so let's go back to the Auburn, Arkansas commercials there. So let's jump back over to Michigan State, Indiana. Looks like... Oh, Michigan State did score, by the way. They're up 7-3. Indiana with the ball on their own 25-yard line. So Michigan State, they scored. They are up 7-3 on Indiana. Happy to see that. I'm good if that trend continues. Indiana field goal, Michigan State touchdown, field goal, touchdown. We're good to go. Indiana with a big throw. Looks like he was out of bounds, though. Incomplete. Who should West Virginia bring in as an offensive coordinator? Because our two biggest problems is Neil Brown calling the plays. I think he's a really good coach, but he's not good at calling plays. We need an offensive coordinator. And, of course, the offensive line is trash as well. So, who should we bring in as an offensive coordinator? I wonder what Gibson is doing. Could we get him back? Could we get Gibson back? Why did why did he do that? Why did he do that? Why did he do that? So, Indiana punted the ball, and Michigan State punt returner caught it. He took the gap to the left, down the left sideline, had some more spacing. Now, he saw the field collapsing down to him, but he still had probably a good 10 yards. He stops and goes back into the people. He could have gained 10 more yards easily, but instead... he overthinks it and tries to come back right, and boom, gets tackled right there. And false start on Michigan State. Looks like. Alright, let's go check. Auburn, Arkansas. It's 7-3 now. Something's under review. I missed something. I'm going to turn up a smidge. Fumble? That was a fumble. There's no question about that. Why would you rule the play dead if... I hate it when... I hate it whenever officials blow a play dead. before they're supposed to. Because sometimes that turns something into a non-reviewable type of situation. Like they fumble and you've blown the play dead before they fumble, and then the other team recovers it. It's like it didn't happen. Just because the official blew their whistle, plays dead, whatever happened after that didn't happen, even though it did happen. Officials have way too much power. Way too much power. Calling the field no fumble. What the flip? That was a fumble. How do they mess up calls that bad? How are refs that bad? Confirmed? Wow. Wow. Confirmed. Wow. Talk about screwing it up again. Man. Well, Arkansas does get good field position because the punter for Auburn shanked it. A shankaroonie, so, Calvin McGee. It's not a bad one. Alright, I'm going to go check on the, let's see. Chris Georgie Kane says, GBD WU to ACC, but when? I hope you and Notre Dame join next season. I'm not sure about Notre Dame. The timing for West Virginia going to the ACC, I don't know. That's pure speculation. And a lot of people are telling me, Golden Blue Dude, you need to stop saying that. Stop touting that. Stop pushing your opinion. That it's not my opinion. The only reason I started making videos about West Virginia to the ACC is because I have people that are really close to the situation telling me that. So it's really not my opinion. Now, as far as when West Virginia is going to the ACC, that would be my opinion. And I would say they would announce it sometime before next season. But that is my opinion. I have no proof of that. That is hearsay. But I pretty much ask those people that are close to the situation every day. That way, you know, if something changes, I'm going to make a video on it. If they start saying, "Hey, hold on, it's looking like it's not going to happen," I'm going to make a. Is that a touchdown? No. Oh, I thought that was touchdown Texas. They might review that. So yeah, if the people that are close to this situation that are telling me, hold on. Nope, that's out. Good call. Good call. So if the people start telling me, if my sources start telling me, hey, that's not going to happen, or, you know, the ACC couldn't get a better TV deal, so West Virginia didn't want to go, I would pass that information along. Looks like Texas is kicking a 28-yard field goal. And it is good. Texas up 10-3. right, let me go check the Florida LSU game real quick. Looks like Florida scored a touchdown but missed the extra point, maybe? Or just kicked 2 field goals. I'm not sure which one. Oh, yeah, they did score a touchdown, and the point after was blocked. So Florida is beating LSU 6-0 with the block extra point. That could turn out to be something. We've seen it before. Somebody win by 1 point because of a mixed extra point or something like that. Little things add up. Of course, LSU actually has to score. Alright. Let's see here. Michigan State, Indiana. Commercials, no thank you. Alright, first time of the day checking on UCF Cincinnati. Commercials. Let me down, guys. Let me down. Cincy about to roll on UCF, and Jimmy D, my dog Darcy, is watching the stream. Hey. Dogs have their favorite teams too. For sure. Alright, let's go back to Oklahoma State, Texas. Oklahoma State is driving. They're up to their own 39. Up to their own 39, 1st and 10. I'll switch back to the Cincy UCF real quick. I want to check on it. Even if it's a blowout, I got to check on it at least once. Oklahoma State tries to run, and they are stuffed at the line. It looks like a loss of 1. Spencer Sanders. Oh, almost sacked. Avoids the sack. Avoids another sack and throws it away. That's a pretty smart quarterback move. Got to give it to him. Not bad right there. Looks like 3rd and 9 from their own 40. Oh, first down, Oklahoma State. I think that was a screen type of play. Bubble screen, maybe? I missed the actual play call. Alright, let's go back to... looks like they're going to commercials. Let's go back to Cincinnati UCF. Still commercials? Come on, guys. Let's go back to Auburn, Arkansas real quick. See, this is why eventually I'm going to have multiple TVs like Uncle Lou has. But I gotta have at least 5. Auburn has the ball. They're still up 7-3. Yeah, I mean, the Auburn Arkansas game is a close game, but it's somewhat boring. Third down for Auburn. Now let's go back to UCF Cincinnati. I swear there's still commercials on. Alright. The game is actually on. Imagine that. Let's see here. Cincinnati has the ball. On the UCF 42, they're already up 14-0. Start of the second. Big shot, big shot. Jump ball, but couldn't come down with it. I think that was on Ritter right there. He should have led his receiver a little bit more on that one. Because he made the safety bite on that. If he would have went a little farther on that, I think Cincinnati would be up 21-0. Because whatever play fake he did right there, both safeties bit on it. Both of them. So he had that downfield. Running back takes the ball and muscles his way up to the 36-yard line. So even if Cincinnati has to settle for a field goal here, they would still be up 17-0. So no danger so far for the Bearcats. No danger. LSU just scored, by the way. I saw a score alert at the bottom. So LSU is up on Florida 7-6. 7-6. Gah, Tigers. Ritter in trouble. And he throws the ball away. They actually got pressure on him. Oh, they're actually punting. Okay. I guess they're out of field goal range. All right, let me go back over to Oklahoma State, Texas real quick. Oklahoma State does have the ball on their own 39. 1st and 20. Short pass out to their own 46. So it's going to be 2nd down and 13 for the Cowboys. So it looks like it's going to be 3rd down and 11. So Oklahoma State might have flipped the field at least, if nothing else. Ball on their own 48. 3rd and 11, Oklahoma State. See if they can get the 1st down here real quick. Yep, they're going to be punting. Haven't checked on the Michigan State-Indiana game in a while. Let's check that out real quick. Let's see. Michigan State does have the ball. 7-6, so Indiana got a field goal. It's 2nd down. It looks like 3. They're on their side of the field, moving left to right on their own 31-yard line, 32-yard line. Running the ball up the middle, 2nd and short. I don't think they get the 1st down. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a good comment, by the way. Chris Georgia Kane. He says Michigan State and Indiana is a good game right now, 7-6, but that won't last, and that's because of Indiana's depth. That's what I've been saying since the beginning of the season. That's a good comment right there. Justin Ortner says, GB, I'm ahead of you, so do you want me to spoil what's going to happen? I mean, that's up to you. I would prefer that you not, but, can't really stop you. I'm trying to bounce around anyway, so, if you want to, that's fine. Michigan State does... Man, he had a guy too, but he underthrew him. That was a bad throw by the quarterback. And the quarterback looking at the wide receiver like it was his fault. No, son, it was your fault. You underthrew it. Running up the middle. They're not having much success running the ball. I will give Indiana credit on that. All right. Let's go back to the Florida LSU real quick. LSU actually has the ball and they're up 7-6 on their own 30. But 2nd and 15, so that's not good. Bubble screen, bad play call. Florida blew that up. What? 2nd and 16 and you throw a wide receiver bubble screen? Stupid. Stupid play calling right there. And he got his wide receiver licked. Big hit. Big hit. But it is 3rd and 16. Max Johnson. Oh, actually got the first down. And he might take it to the house. He might take it. Took it to the house. Busted play, but there is a flag. There is a flag. Well, it was a nice play, but it never happened because the offensive lineman held. That's a rough penalty. It was holding. That's a good call by the refs. I mean, he held him for a good 3 seconds. I mean, he was holding his jersey and literally moving him. 3rd and 26. And the wide receiver drops it. So LSU now has to punt it. Man. Oh, Auburn's now up 14-3 on Arkansas. Uh-oh. So, if Arkansas loses this game, they'll be on a 3-game losing streak. And they'll get knocked out of the top 25. The Miami YouTuber that I like, there's actually several. I like Coach Coop. I like Hurricane T2Y. And I like Miami Flow. Those are the three Miami YouTubers I like. Coach Coop probably it's between Coach Coop. I can't really pick out my favorite out of those three. I like them all three. Maybe Coach Coop by a smidge. But Hurricane T2Y and Miami Flow, they're pretty good Miami YouTubers as well. Zoe he's okay. But I would say Coach Coop by a smidge. Oh, Arkansas with a nice play right there. Out to the 45, first down on the 3rd and 8, so they needed that. Down 14-3. He had plenty of time on that one and makes a bad pass. I don't... Doesn't make sense on that one. Yeah, I'm going to see if TTY wants to start doing a Sunday thing again. Last year, we were doing Sunday live shows together. Our schedules just got kind of mixed up, so me and TTY might start doing a Sunday thing again. Kind of like a recap / preview type of live show. It was fun. If you're still in the comments, T2Y, hit me up, man. You know I'm always down doing a live show with you. Arkansas with another 3rd and 8. Do they convert this time? Jefferson actually taking off. And he's got it, but there's a flag. So that's defensive holding. Okay. No, that just might be straight up interference on the defense. So they picked up the flag. Okay. I don't know. Whatever. Alright, let's go back to Oklahoma State, Texas. Oklahoma State still has the ball. I know this is probably a different drive, but every time I turn it back to this, it's the same score, and Oklahoma State still has the ball. 2nd and 26 on their own 18. So that's not good. Oh. He gets up to the 30, though. It is 3rd down, though. Yeah, I keep trying to explain the Neil Brown thing to West Virginia fans. Fans saying we need to get rid of Neil Brown. No. He's in year 2.5. Last year was a COVID year, so you have to take that into account. And also, we overachieved last year. We should not have gone 5-4. So what that did is that set us up as fans for having higher expectations than we should have, including myself. I did. I can admit. Texas should have picked that off. Going 5-4 last year set West Virginia fans our expectations way too high for this year. I'm guilty of it. I did it too. We overachieved last year. So taking into account we overachieved last year. Last year was a COVID year, so it kind of hurt as far as being able to have normal practices and all that stuff. And this is only year 3 for Neil Brown. And we lost some players either graduating or transferring. Tyke Smith transferring to Georgia. Tony Fields graduating. Our defense took a hit. Our defense is still performing pretty good. one bad game, and that was last week against Baylor. But besides that, defense playing well. We have a bad offensive line. That's where our offense is really struggling. And that's why Letty Brown isn't the same rusher as what he looked last year. Is our offensive line. And, of course, Nagy needs a full 3 seconds to make a play, and he doesn't have it. So the reason Garrett Green needs to start for West Virginia is because we have a bad offensive line. Not because Garrett Green is a better quarterback. We have a bad offensive line. He's mobile. Next year, West Virginia will have one of the best recruiting classes in history, in West Virginia history. So if you fire Neil Brown this year, number one, we extended him last year because he did overachieve. And number two, we have a great recruiting class. That messes all that up. If you fire Neil Brown because of 2 bad games, because there was no talk of firing Neil Brown after the Oklahoma game. We were 2-2. We had just played the number 4 team in the nation to the wire on the road, had a chance to win that game. And then we lose to a bad Texas Tech and get blown out by Baylor. So 2 games is what got West Virginia fans to start saying, hey, we need to fire Neil Brown. So, it is what it is. Joey Foster says, I'm being paged. By the way, my guest for Wednesday night's live show is in the chat, Eugene Napoleon, all-time great West Virginia running back. Part of the 1988 undefeated West Virginia team that played Notre Dame in the national championship. Major Harris went down on the very first series in that national championship game. Had he not, West Virginia would have a national championship. Mr. Napoleon also says, Coach Brown is a leader of men and of young men. Coach Brown just needs time. Give him time. 100% agree with that. And that's why I'm excited to have Eugene Napoleon on my live show on Wednesday, because he's a rational thinker instead of these knee-jerk fans that are saying fire Neil Brown because of 2 games. You got to take things into context. Overreactions can cause you... Oh, Texas with a big run. Big run. Bijan Robinson down to the 40 of Oklahoma State. A bad knee-jerk reaction decision can really hurt you. Not just in football, in life. So, let this be a lesson, not just in football, but in life. If something bad happens and you don't take it in context and you have a big overreaction, it can hurt you bad in life. Really, really bad. Texas 1st and 10 on the Oklahoma State 10. Misdirection play, pass incomplete. Going to be defensive pass interference, though. Good call. He was draped over him. Texas looking to extend their lead. Oh, yeah, that was definitely pass interference. Definitely. Yeah, that was a good call by the refs. Bijan trying to stretch the field, powering his way to that 19. This wouldn't be an upset if Texas won. They were actually the favorite. That's why I was saying Oklahoma State is probably the weakest out of the undefeated teams. Not saying they're a bad team. They're obviously undefeated. I'm just saying out of all the undefeated teams out there, they're the weakest. And Texas is a good team, and this is on the road. So that's why Texas is the favorite. And I picked Texas to cover. Bijan with the first down run. Looks like Texas will at least come off this drive with some points, if nothing else. I think they'll score a touchdown, but we'll see. 1st and 10. Ball on the 13-yard line, moving right to left. Thompson with the pass. Touchdown, Bijan. Backfield, out of the backfield, wheel route. Easy. Pitch and catch right there. So, pending the extra point, Texas is going to go up 17-3. It's going to be a long day for the Cowboys. Point is good, 17-3. All right, let's go over to Auburn, Arkansas. Still up 14-3. Not looking good for Arkansas. They could pick up third loss in a row. I'm seeing Indiana is now up 9-7. So another field goal by Indiana. I mean, that does get you the lead. So if you can keep this a very low scoring game and keep Michigan State out of the end zone and keep hitting field goals, you can somehow squeeze out a win doing that. Auburn does get the first down. Oh, big run, bouncing it. Tried to bounce it one more time, but shoestring tackle by Arkansas. So let me jump over to Florida LSU. I haven't checked on that for a while. See what's going on over there. Looks like LSU just scored. Yeah, LSU just scored. Yikes. Looks like turnover. Florida committed a turnover and LSU just capitalized. 14-6 LSU. Wow. Yeah, I predicted LSU to upset Florida, not because LSU is a good team, but I don't think Florida is a very good team. This was on the road, and this always turns out to be a good game. So it was more like a gut feeling picking LSU on that one. So far, so good. Oh, Chris Georgia Kane's calling it worse than an upset. LSU going to demolish Florida. I like it. I can respect that. Yeah, I think that's what people got fooled on is Florida was a 2-point conversion away from sending that game against. Oh, intercepted LSU. Holy cripes. Breaking some tackles, too, down to the 20. Another shoe is about to be thrown. Wow. Bad decision by Emory Jones. Wow. Really bad decision. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Florida was a 2-point conversion away from sending that game into another overtime. Or into overtime. Florida did play Alabama close for the second year in a row. I don't know why. So LSU could tack it on. Swing pass. There's nothing like killing momentum with the swing pass. Come on. This crowd is definitely into the game right now. Never a good thing when you're an opposing team and the LSU crowd starts getting back into it. Caught. I think that was ill-advised, but it was caught. Might have just got the wind knocked out of him. Not sure. Wide receiver down for LSU. He held on. Might have hurt his ribs. Rib shot right in the ribs. Not good. Commercials. I'm not here to watch commercials. So, let's check Michigan State, Indiana. Fourth down for Michigan State. Uh-oh. 4th and 11, and they are down by 2 points. Alright, so let's check on UCF Cincinnati. I haven't checked on them in a while, and I've only checked on them once, so see how that's going. Looks like a touchdown pass. Yep. So it's 21-0 Cincinnati. Another touchdown pass by Desmond Ridder. Not good for UCF. Let's go back over to Oklahoma State, Texas. 17-3. Texas has the ball back, and they are in Oklahoma State territory. They're on the 35, moving right to left. Thanks for stopping by, Joey, man. Have a good day. We'll try to jump back on later for another live show for one of the night games. First down, Texas. Down to the Oklahoma State 32, moving right to left. This is about to get out of hand. Oklahoma State at Texas, about to get out of hand. I had a feeling. So if Texas scores a touchdown here, 24-3. Yikes. Thompson goes back to pass. He's got a lot of time. Good pass, first down to the 18. Good protection by the Texas offensive line. Very good protection. I have to give them credit there. Very, very good protection for the Texas offensive line. Something West Virginia lacks severely. Misdirection run, tries to take the dive up the middle. Nothing doing. Oklahoma State trying to stop the bleeding. Ray Finkel's in the house, letting us know he's here. I appreciate you dropping by, man. Chris the Miami Hurricane says, I actually hate Georgia. Just happened to move to Georgia. Feel your pain. I mean, I don't hate Clemson, but I'm not a Clemson fan, but I live 10 minutes outside of Clemson, so I see orange all the time. My wife is actually a Clemson fan, so I don't hate him, but I'm not a Clemson fan. Third and 10, so trying to keep Texas from stretching the lead to 24-3. But still, even a field goal here, 20-3. Not good. Oh, man. Pick 6, Oklahoma State. Oh, my goodness. Pick 6. Wow. You talk about a momentum change. Oklahoma State just picked them off. Wow. So Texas was in the red zone. Thompson looks down his receiver. The safety reads him down to the millisecond. And Oklahoma State pick sixes Texas. They needed that really bad. So pending extra point, Texas will be up 17-10. Now that helps Oklahoma State, but the bad news is Texas does get the ball back. So they need to stop them again. They need another stop right here, but that's a good start for Oklahoma State. That is a good start for as far as stopping the bleeding. That's exactly what they needed. Apparently, I did miss LSU scoring again. Man. And it was because of another turnover. LSU 14 points off of turnovers. Who was it that called Florida not going to score again and LSU blowing them out? Take your credit right now, man. It's looking like that's going to happen. Whoever said that, I can't remember. Go ahead and take your credit in the comment section. Man, that was... I'm kind of glad that I had it on the Oklahoma State game because that pick six was crazy. That was a crazy pick six, guys. By the way, just so you know, let me scroll up. Adam Jov, I'm writing your name down. And True Seminole. Let me see. So Adam Job with the $5 super chat. True Seminole with the $9.99 super chat. Both of you guys have been entered because your super chats were $5 or more. You have been entered into my drawing for a $50 prize for TriStateWoodsketch.com. Stuff like this. This is a good one right here. This would be my choice if I won the prize. Right here. This is a log. Check that out. So all you'll have to do is send him the picture. It can be a logo of your favorite team. It could be a family pic. It could be a picture of yourself, a picture of your animals, whatever. And he could do it on a heart shape, round, whatever shape you want. Great for a Christmas gift for that special someone you're like, I don't know what to buy them. Great gift for that. So you, True Seminole, and Adam Job, have been entered because your super chats were $5 or more into the drawing of the $50 prize from TriStateWoodsketch.com. And I'll do a live drawing where I put your names in a hat, and you'll see me actually pull it out. Guaranteed winner, Adam Job, True Seminole, and this contest is being sponsored by Jeff Grimm, by the way. So, forgot to mention that earlier because your guys' super chats were over $5. How much do I weigh? I weigh about 117. Really, it depends on day to day. I weigh between 115 and 120 at all times. Last night, I actually weighed myself. I was at 117. All right, let's see here. So for anybody else that sends a $5 or more super chat, you will be entered into the drawing for the tristatewoodsketch.com prize worth $50. You can either order a bunch of things that add up to $50, or you can get something like this right here. You could probably get one other small thing if you got this, but this right here is probably at least $30 right there. But look at this is an actual piece of wood. A picture of me and my wife transferred onto wood, and I can literally set it up anywhere. That, if I won the prize, that's probably the thing that I would get along with a smaller thing. That's awesome. I love it. But he also did a picture for me of my family. And see, this is showing you the shapes he can do. This is a random weird shape, but he can do hearts, whatever you want. And then, of course, even coasters. Check out these coasters, guys. This is actually one of my favorites as well. We got one of the Flying WV and then the Mountaineer. But these are actual slices of wood right there. So that's sweet. So if you want to be entered in to win that $50 prize from Tri-State Wood Sketch, $5 super chat or more, and you're in. So Adam Job, you're in. True Seminole, you're in as well. So if it turns out that you two are the only one in the contest, you literally have a 50-50 shot of winning the prize. That's about as good as it gets. Besides the 100%, that's a good percentage as it comes, unless more people enter the contest. We'll see. 2 pounds more than Coop. Coop's got to weigh more than me. I would have guessed Coop weighs 125. Coop weighs less than me? Are you sure about that? I weigh 117. I don't know about that, guys. If I were to guess on Coop's weight, dadgum, underthrown by Michigan State's quarterback again. If I were to guess Coop's weight, I would have guessed 125, but I don't know. I'm 5'9". I'm not very tall at all. Well, it's weird. I have spondylitis, right? I've had spondylitis since I was 15, so This is a true story, and I've tested this theory out. Some days I'm 5'8.5". That's when I'm at my shortest, and some days I'm at 5'10.5". I'm not lying, guys. It just depends on if I'm having a bad day or not. So my height really does fluctuate. Sometimes I'm only about 5'8.5", just shy of 5'9", and sometimes I'm over 5'10". You can ask my wife on that. Hand on the Bible. So I guess my true height would be 5'10", 5'10.5". I don't know. But that's on a really good day when I can stand, perfectly straight. So normal day, average day, 5'9". Weight is between 115 and 120. Me and Coach Coop are, I am confirming we are not brothers. But I do get that a lot, saying I look like him, I'm about the same size, personality's similar. So I can understand that, but I'm denying and confirming the fact that me and Coach Coop are indeed not related. Not just not brothers, me and him are not related. But I would love to I'm going to reach out to him. I would love to have him on a live show and come on his live show. So we'll try to work that out. I don't know why I haven't tried that before. That should have been a duh thing right there, but it is what it is. So once again, if you want to be entered into the $50 prize from tristatewoodscatch.com, a $5 or more super chat gets you entered. And it's good timing because of the holiday season. It's one of those prizes that you can get somebody that you have no idea what to get for. And we all have that somebody where you're like, I really don't know. This would be a great prize. Cincinnati now up 34-0 on UCF. What? That's insane. And it does look like Oklahoma State got the ball back. 4th down for Florida. Texas A&M all over Missouri. I missed that pick big time. Who should we check on? Definitely Oklahoma State. Because it looks like they got the ball back. .49 seconds left in the first half, and Oklahoma State's actually driving. R&R says GBD and Coop would be a good show. I'm going to agree with that. I'm going to try to set that up. I don't know why I haven't tried that before. Why did Oklahoma State try a draw play right there? That's some Gundy. That's a bad call, man. Bad call. Can't do stuff like that. Timeout, Oklahoma State. They have a chance to at least put another field goal on the board. So instead of going into halftime down 24-3, think about this. They could be down 24-3 going into halftime, Oklahoma State. Instead, they're working on going down maybe 17-14. Wow. 17-14. That's crazy. 17-13. My bad. 17-13. All right. Let me go check on Auburn, Arkansas. See what's going on there. Is it still 14-3? What's going on? 14-10. Arkansas just scored. 18 seconds left in the first half. So Arkansas does score. Does Harsin take it safe and kneel it right here? Or does he actually take a shot maybe? Find out. This play, as insignificant as it seems, this play right here might tell us what kind of coach Harsin is. Oh, a jump pass. He's going to play it safe. Sorry, writing the scores down, guys. Ooh. What was Oklahoma State doing there? That's weird. Wow. That makes no sense, guys. Let's check on Michigan State, Indiana. looks like Indiana's going for another field goal. They're going to field goal this game. 3 seconds left in the second quarter, and they're going to try to go into halftime up 12-7. And Michigan State trying to ice them. Hey, at least he's making all of his field goals. Florida LSU. Need to check that out real quick. Here in just a second, guys, I'm going to jump off here and do halftime video. But then I'll jump back on. Oh, man. LSU still up 21-6 with the ball. Nope. Oh, almost fumbled. Max Johnson. Let's go back to Cincinnati UCF. Where are they at? 35-0. Alright, this other game real quick. Michigan State, Indiana. Sorry, I'm just writing stuff down for the halftime video. Oklahoma State, Texas. Did they go into halftime yet? Do I still think we can win a national championship with Neil Brown? Well, first of all, I never said anything about a national championship. That's a whole different situation. A national championship is I mean, we're talking about having to beat Bama, Clemson, all those great teams. I'm talking about with Neil Brown, I think we have a shot of winning the Big 12, the ACC. Yes, I think that with Neil Brown, give him to the end of next year to make sure we're heading in the right direction. We have a great recruiting class. We'll have a full normal year after a COVID year under our belt, getting his recruits in. Yeah, I think West Virginia can win a conference championship. 17-13. So it looks like Oklahoma State did hit the... So one more to check on. And then I'm going to jump off here and do my halftime videos real quick, guys. But I'll come back live. Don't worry. Oh, that stupid Michigan State game. Did he kick the field goal or not? My gosh. Oh, it looks like they missed it, and Indiana's only up 9-7. All right, guys. So I'm going to end this particular live stream, but I'll come back on. Adam Jov, True Seminole. You guys are entered into my $50 prize drawing for TriStateWizCash.com because you had super chats of $5 or more. Halftime video coming up. So I'm going to jump off here, guys. Let me see real quick. Wyatt Kaufman, what is happening with our season this year? We aren't calling good plays. It's not that we're calling good plays. That's part of it. We need an offensive coordinator. It's our offensive line. That's West Virginia's problem this year, offensive line. And last year we overachieved and made us have expectations too high this year. And last year was a COVID year. A lot of things come into play for this year. That's why I'm saying get through this year, as painful as it is, and then after next year, let's see what we look like because of the great recruiting class. If we're still bad after 2022 with that great recruiting class, then yes, it would be time to start thinking about moving on from Neil Brown. But right now, it's just too early. And you go back 2 games before Texas Tech and Baylor lost, we weren't talking about firing Neil Brown. Not even thinking of it. We just came off of on the road to Oklahoma. Man, we played the number 14 down to the wire on the road. Neil Brown is the coach. 2 games later, it's time to fire Neil Brown. See what I'm saying? Got to take everything in context. So, yeah, I still believe in Neil Brown. Anyways, guys, I got to jump off here and do my halftime videos, but I'll be back here in just a little bit. So, we'll see y'all here in a little bit. But I do appreciate y'all stopping by on this live show. Great live show so far. I'm not sure if I'll jump on to these games or the 3:30 games, but I will jump on after I'm done with the halftime show sometime later today.